Welcome to Riding NZ. Today's video will be almost instructional and show you how to tip fuel all through your garage. Oh, no hose line. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, really good, thanks.
Oh, no brakes. Keep going anyway. You can hear, no, the tyres are down.
This is not a story about visiting gas stations, but the other one had no air.
Brakes are very average.
The mighty GS is going to go under the knife like Dr. Dre pumping beats. No, but seriously, we're taking her apart, getting right into the chip. Here it is. Not these guys, although we love these guys because, hey, who doesn't like a KZ1000? Anyway, more about this old oil head. We're going to make it go better. Now, to make this bike go better, it means we've got to take it apart. And that means a little bit of disassembly. Starts with getting the fuel out. And that is the first problem. The old fuel lines, they are stuffed. Like, they are leaking. It's a problem. So anyway, we've got to empty the tank. Oh, yeah, it's easier when the bucket is closer. But then, it's easier when the bucket has a spout. Although, that, yeah, we got a bit of leakage. And I know I said instructional before, but what I meant was you get a mechanic, right? That's the way to do it. But this is what we're seeing behind the scenes, folks. There's some shit leaking. It's yellow. I'm assuming it's a fuel thing. I'm not happy. So I don't know how to actually fix it, except change the line, stop it from happening, but this mankiness, it's remaining. So in preparation for removing the tank, I marked one of each of the double lines so I knew which way they would go back together. However, because the fuel is going to go everywhere, it doesn't work. So probably if you wanted to know which one was which, maybe a bit of tape. I am being overwhelmed by 95. And not having leaks is better. Putting an old T-tail down to soak it up so it hangs around for longer seems to work too. So the tank is only held in with one 6mm Allen key bolt. Very easy. And the tank just lifts up and out. And so long as you've got the fuel lines disconnected, you're good to go. Now, I put a couple of bolts in here, as you can see, and that didn't really help because they were quite big and then they fell out. Yeah, you can just, you know what I'm saying, right? The fun. With the tank off, I flipped it over and boom, changed the lines. So the GS reveals itself when taking off the tank to all of this, which I don't know what it is, except for the top bushing for the shock. That looks manky. So I'm going to need to get a new one of them. Great. Right, so that's the box right there. That has the brains, the magic of the injection. But firstly, let's disconnect the power because we don't want to blow things up. Little Allen key, 4mm. Take out your battery, put it aside. And for the gamers out there, this is a side quest where we get into the airbox. Let's have a look. So you just remove the airflow sensor clip and two screws, which they're captive, which is nice, and boom, there's your air filter. Look at that, I even wrote on it. 68,000 Ks, I changed this puppy. Let's look at the mank of what this thing caught. Well, it's nice to know that the filter works, but look at that shit. And I thought they were just flies, but two of them are stones. So get the computer out. That starts with four little Phillips screws. They're probably J-pan ones. Anyway, take those out, put them aside, and then you've got to get this clip out. The first side comes out easy. The other side is a prick, and it's two parts. This is one side of it, and this is the other side. And that took a little bit of manipulation. Now, taking the four Torx screws off the Bosch computer is easy, but getting it to separate takes a bit of patience. I used a big screwdriver and worked my way around and around and around, and then finally it popped off. Righty, so the chip has a protective little case on it. This was actually the trickier part to take off. It does flick out. I found it from one side was easier than the other. And there it is. There it is. Magic of photos. It pops off. And the next part was actually removing the chip, which I used a flat blade screwdriver and actually just lifted the chip. I didn't twist on the casing underneath, because I have seen other people do that and then they showed that they cracked it. So this just lifted out beautifully. Nice. Now, John claims that the chip is a massive improvement over the standard and fuel economy, so let's just pop it in. Now, I found that by lining up one side of those little legs and then pressing it in just a fraction and then lining up the other side, it just went home. Beautiful. And then I put the funny clip over the top. Boom. Good as a new one. Well, apparently it's meant to be better. Now look away if you're squeamish. I put this Loctite never sealing black glue very lightly on both sides. This was recommended to me by a famous drag racer, and it seems to be the product of choice. So hopefully if I don't water blast under my tank, it'll be fine. Now with the computer in, we're pretty much ready to go. One more little drama popped up though. That fuel line that I did, yeah, it wasn't made for injected bikes. Not good for 43 PSI. So guess what happened? Yeah, that's right. Everywhere. Lots of petrol. Good times. I mean, now that I know what a fuel line looks like, it's got to be braided, reinforced, Kevlar. Fuel injection needs the gumption. Now my little wave got cut short because in the distance I could see a Twinkie.
Ah,
Say nothing. Just say nothing. Walk away. It's all good. As cool as a cucumber in July.
first thing that I'm noticing, just cruising along here at 60, is there's no surging. So I think that's the first thing. Before it did get a little, get on, you know? Yeah, giddy up, Wombat. Well, let's see what it does 0 to 100.
Well, that looked like about 5 seconds, which is about the same as a Honda Type R or a Legacy station wagon or even a Tesla Model 3, but funnily enough, double the speed of a Hilux Ute.
Okay, so I definitely think that in the E gear, which is 6, I think it's E for economy, feels like it's better. It was pretty weak in E before. It was only good for maintaining on a flat road. So I was riding often in 5th because E was so piss poor. Tap it in hard. So it definitely pulls better in top gear now. So I think that overdrive is useful, because this was the issue also with the KTM 1290. That top gear didn't really work unless you're on the Autobahn. We don't have any of those. So gearing that down has made it better. And I think this chip is helping this old girl along nicely. Styles on so nice. Like this thing grips now. I mean, if you're an old man, if you've got a bad hip, your eyesight's not good, got some arthritis, this is a fast bike, man. I don't know if you can tell between the pop and the rattle. Yeah, it's what they all do.
Ongoing testing will continue for this magic chip from John, and we will soon see if his performance and economy claims stack up. But for the moment, let's just get on the old horse and feed it the donkey. Thanks for joining in to Riding NZ. And we'll lead out with This Is Rain over Kyoto Station by the Mini Vandals. Thanks again.